Texaco Star Academic Challenge. Top flight competition between teams from Houston-area high schools. Now, here's the woman with the questions, Donna Rush.
Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Texaco Star Academic Challenge. This week, we are in the quarterfinals. We began with 88 teams, and now the teams here today are competing to enter into our semifinals, to be one of only 4 teams to make it to that point. Let's introduce them to you quickly. We have Clear Brook and Bellaire High Schools here today. Before we begin our warm-up round, teams, we want to remind you of the different sounds that you'll be hearing during the game today. This sound means that your answer is correct. This signals an incorrect answer. And this signals the end of a quarter or the end of the game. We also want to remind you just to wait till the judge recognizes you before getting any answers. Let's begin the warm-up round with a 5-point question. In medieval times on May 1st, villagers danced around the maypole while holding the ends of what?
Bellaire Alice.
Ribbons. Correct, for 5 points. Here's a 10-pointer for you. Consider the sets of all even prime numbers, all odd prime numbers, all even perfect numbers, and all odd perfect numbers. Which set has no known members?
Bellaire, Patrick. Odd perfect numbers.
Correct. For 5 points. Which color shares its name with a condiment made from pulverized seeds?
Clear Brook, William.
Mustard.
Mustard is correct. Mustard seeds. Here's another 10-pointer for you. Some of its important rivers are the Mississippi, the St. Francis, the Red, the White, and the Ouachita. Some of its larger cities are Fort Smith, Pine Bluff.
Clear Brook, Chris.
Arkansas.
What state am I describing? You are correct. Here's a 5-point visual for you, so please take a look at your monitors in the studio of Houston's 2. Identify this American president.
Bellaire, Patrick.
Roosevelt. Franklin D. Roosevelt. Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Clear Brook, Danny.
Woodrow Wilson.
That is correct, for 5 points. Now we have a 10-point question for you. Which presidential candidates association with National of Islam leader Louis Farrakhan?
Bellaire, Danny.
Jesse Jackson.
That is right. Cost him much support in the 1988 election. Here's a 10-pointer for you. There's a term used in our national pastime describing a hit that just barely clears the infield.
Bellaire, Patrick.
Texas Leaguer.
That's right. That's the phrase. For 5 points, listen to this passage. I might attempt to gain favor by declaring that I write almanacs with no other view than the public good. The truth is, I am excessive poor, and the printer has offered me...
Clear Brook, Danny.
Richard.
I will continue here, has offered me considerable share of the profits. Who was the author of the...
Bellaire, Patrick.
Benjamin Franklin.
That is correct. He was the author of the passage. Here's a 10-pointer for you. What is the name of the part of a rifle made of wood, plastic, or fiberglass?
Bellaire, Alice.
The stock. Correct. Here's another 10-pointer for you. And it's a musical, so listen carefully. You're about to hear an excerpt from The Mass of Our Lady by Guillaume Monchat, the first polyphonic setting of an entire mass by a renowned composer. Tell me whether it represents the medieval, Renaissance, Baroque, or classical period of music history.
Bellaire, Patrick.
Renaissance.
Clear Brook.
Clear Brook, Danny.
Medieval.
Medieval is what we're looking for. Here's another 10-pointer for you. Which of the following refers to the tail fin of a fish? The pectoral, dorsal, pelvic, caudal, or abdominal?
Clear Brook, Victor.
Caudal.
Caudal is right. Now we have a celebrity questioner for you, so please take a look at your monitor in the studio of Houston's 2.
Hello, I'm David Gockley, General Director of Houston Grand Opera, with a question about opera. Beaumarchais provided the plot, Da Ponte the libretto, and Mozart the music to this 4-act opera about the intrigues of Count Almaviva, his maid Susanna, and her fiancé, the former Barber of Seville. You name the opera.
Clear Brook, Chris.
The Marriage of Figaro.
That is correct. And that one was worth 10 points. Here's another 10-pointer for you. Emma Lazarus wrote The New Colossus, a poem appearing at the bottom of the Statue of Liberty. Not like some brazen giant of Greek fame is the opening line of the poem.
Bellaire Alice.
It's a reference to the sculpture at Rhodes, the Colossus at Rhodes.
Colossus of Rhodes, exactly. That is what it refers to. Correct. Here's another 10-pointer for you. On the very same day as the Boston Massacre, Parliament repealed the Townshend Act. The colonial boycott had hurt British trade. Parliament kept only the tax on what commodity?
Bellaire Patrick.
Tea.
That is right, to show it still had the right to collect taxes. Here's a visual for you, so please take a look at your monitor in the studio of Houston's 2. Take a look at this flower and identify it.
Bellaire Alice.
The poppy.
The poppy is right. And another 10-pointer for you. In 1800, Washington, D.C. was called a city of magnificent distances. And one of the few buildings in it at that time was the building we now call the White House. When did it get the color white?
Clear Brook Victor.
It was burned by the British in the War of 1812, and after that it was repainted white.
That is correct. They whitewashed it, and from then on, it's been white. And that marks the end of the warm-up round. Stay with us, and we'll take a look at that scoreboard. Plus, we'll enter our bonus round on the Texaco Star Academic Challenge. Welcome back to the Texaco Star Academic Challenge. We're about to head into the bonus round, but before we do, let's take a look at that scoreboard. Right now, it is Bellaire slightly ahead of Clear Brook with 80 points, over 60 points with Clear Brook. Before we head into that bonus round, we want to introduce you to the name of the players who are doing so well today, and we're going to begin with Bellaire High School. The captain is Danny David, and he is a senior. He's a debate team president and secretary of the Model United Nations, as well as a scale competitor. Alice Hugh is also a senior. She's a National Merit semifinalist and a Hobie Leadership Seminar participant. She's also treasurer of the debate team. Edwin Ostrin is a National Merit semifinalist. He's also an International Baccalaureate Diploma candidate and vice president of the Amateur Radio Club. Patrick Ohio-Moba is a National Merit semifinalist. He is president of the Computer Club and secretary of Writers Society. The alternates are David Abrams and Jerry Lynn. The sponsor is Mrs. Ida Medlin, and that is a team from Bellaire High School. Up top this evening is Clear Brook High School. The captain is Chris Gray, and by the way, this is an all-senior team. Chris is vice president of the orchestra and is a member of the Houston Youth Symphony, as well as a National Merit semifinalist. Danny Sitaja is a member of the Latin Club and the Junior Classical League. William Saunders is a National Merit semifinalist, cellist in the orchestra, and a member of the Latin Club. And rounding out the team is Victor Rosales. He is treasurer of the Spanish Society and a National Merit semifinalist. The alternates are Jamil Orr and Debbie Saha. The coaches are Karen Mayo Albrecht and Lee Yeager. That is the team from Clear Brook High School. We also want to introduce our judges to you today. We have Professor Tom Hudson with the Department of Physics at the University of Houston, as well as Mike Mastandria. He is Executive Director of Score Unlimited. Now we're going to get into our bonus round players. The first team to properly answer a toss-up question will then have the opportunity to play for a bonus worth up to 50 points in the subject of composers. That will be the bonus subject. Here's a toss-up question for you worth 10 points. By accident, he became Texas' first explorer on November 6, 1528.
Clear Brook Danny.
Cabeza de Vaca.
That is correct. Now, bonus questions in the subject of composers for 5 points. Which of these is a Baroque-era composer? Mozart, Beethoven, Vivaldi, Chopin?
Vivaldi.
For 10 points. Operas are usually classified according to the language in which they were written. Several composers have written successful operas both in Italian and in French, but name the only composer to have written masterpieces in Italian and German.
Mozart.
Correct, for 10 points. Here's a 15-pointer for you. Who was the earliest of the following composers? Beethoven, Mendelssohn, Handel, Mozart, Schubert, or Haydn?
Handel.
That is correct, and for 20 points. Many variations have been done on classical compositions, such as Glenn Gould's recording of this composer's Goldberg Variations, which made it to the number 3 on the chart. Who was the original composer of the Goldberg Variations?
Bach.
Bach is correct, and you swept that category for a total of 50 points. Congratulations. We'll now head into another toss-up question, this one worth 10 points for you. Most of this French Impressionist later works are nude females set in rich landscapes.
Clear Brook, Danny.
Gauguin.
Can you name him?
Bellaire Patrick.
Renoir.
Renoir is correct. Now you're going to be answering questions in a category that starts with B. All of the following answers are named after people, okay, for 5 points. The system of writing and printing for the blind using raised dots. Braille is correct. Named after the blind teacher who invented it. For 10 points. To remove offensive passages from a book or a TV script, it's named after an editor who expurgated Shakespeare.
Bowderize.
Correct. For 15 points. Main monetary unit of Venezuela, named after a general.
Bolivar.
And for 20, to murder someone by suffocation, named after an Irishman who treated his victims in such a manner.
Your answer?
Boise.
Burke is the answer. Burke. So we'll go now to another toss-up question worth 10 points for you. What was Malcolm X's original last name?
Clear Brook, Danny.
Little.
Little is correct. This category is foreign language. Foreign language. For 5 points. Literally, mano a mano means which of these? Face to face, mouth to mouth, ear to ear, hand to hand, or person to person?
Hand to hand.
Correct. For 10 points. What's the French word for a female singer? The root word is chanter, to sing.
Chanteuse.
Correct. Dutch, English, Saxon, Danish, and Norwegian all belong to what major linguistic family?
Germanic.
Correct. And for 20 points, rounding out the bonus, provide the English translation of this Latin phrase. Forte, fortuna, juvat.
You might spell it for him, Donna.
I believe I will. F-O-R-T-E-S, forte, F-O-R-T-U-N-A, J-U-V-A-T.
Your answer?
Loud is happy.
Fortune favors the brave is what we're looking for. Let's go to another toss-up question for 10 points. This is a music, so we need to listen carefully. He's a distinctive singer who's still heard from time to time. Name him.
I left my...
Bellaire, Alice.
Sinatra?
Clear Brook, Chris.
Tony Bennett.
Tony Bennett is who we're looking for. Your bonus category is in math for 5 points. How many lines of symmetry does a regular hexagon have?
Two.
Hexagon. We're looking for 6 is that one. Let's go. And that marks the end of the bonus round. Stay with us, everyone. When we come back, we'll once again take a look at that scoreboard, and we'll enter into our 60-second round. At that time, the teams will have the opportunity to choose from art, music, French, or the mystery category on the Texaco Star Academic Challenge.
Oh, well, man.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Texaco Star Academic Challenge. Now that we're in the quarterfinals, you can see how tight these games are. Let's take a look at that scoreboard. Clear Brook now with 170 points and Bellaire with 120. We're now about to head into round 3. We want to let you know that all the questions for the Texaco Star Academic Challenge are written by Questions Unlimited of Columbus, Ohio. To get into the 60-second round, we are going to allow Bellaire to choose first for first opportunity to rack up some points. What category would you like?
Music.
In the category of music, you now have 60 seconds to answer up to 10 questions. Any missed or skipped, Clear Brook will then have the opportunity to answer those questions. There are no directions, so I will begin as soon as the judges start the clock. Name the low-pitched musical instrument that shares the name of the lowest-pitched male voice. Bass.
Bass.
What is a musical composition performed by a single voice or instrument called?
Acapella.
What German composer saw but didn't hear applause at the premiere of his Ninth Symphony?
Beethoven.
In The Seventh Dragon, a non-fiction book by Anita Sullivan, you can read about, not dragons, but the craft of tuning what instrument?
Piano.
In a concert orchestra, what instrument is played by the person who is next in rank to the conductor?
Violin. Violin.
What animal's hair is used in violin bows?
Horse.
What do we call a composition for 8 instruments or voices?
Octet.
What song is sung on New Year's Eve?
Auld Lang Syne.
Auld Lang Syne.
Which of the three great B's of music was born last?
Oh, Brahms.
In traditional productions of Swan Lake, Odelay's costume is which color?
White.
White.
Okay, now Clear Brook has the opportunity to answer 2 questions. So you received 80 points on that, Bellaire. Congratulations. Now, Clear Brook, what is a musical composition performed by a single voice or instrument called?
Solo.
Correct. In traditional productions of Swan Lake, Odelay's costume is which color?
Black.
Black is right, so getting 20 points on that one. Clear Brook now has the opportunity to choose a category. What category would you like?
The secret category.
The mystery category. The mystery category is sequence. And I'll explain this. Arrange 3 items in chronological order from earliest to latest. Judges, please start the clock. Egyptian pyramids, Hanging Gardens of Babylon, Roman Colosseum.
Gardens, pyramids, Colosseum.
Compass, sailing ships, mechanical clock.
Ships, compass, clock.
Spanish Civil War, Spanish Civil War, Spanish-American War, Spanish Inquisition.
Inquisition, Spanish-American War, Spanish Civil War.
The Great Gatsby, The Naked and the Dead, Catcher in the Rye.
Gatsby, The Naked and the Dead, Catcher in the Rye.
Roman occupation of Britain, Henry VIII, Magna Carta.
Britain, occupation, Magna Carta, Henry VIII.
Simone de Beauvoir, Gloria Steinem, Mary Wollstonecraft.
Mary Wollstonecraft, de Beauvoir, and Gloria Steinem.
Eiffel Tower, London Bridge, Empire State Building.
London Bridge, Eiffel Tower, Empire State Building.
Microscope, microphone, microcomputer.
Can we answer that?
No, they got 60 points.
All right, 60 points on that one. This was a toughie, but now Bellaire has the opportunity to answer
Pyramid Babylon.
2 questions.
Questions 1 and 8.
1 and 8.
All right, what about number 8?
Egyptian pyramids, Hanging Gardens of Babylon, Roman Colosseum.
Pyramids, Babylon, Colosseum. What is it?
Microscope, microphone, microcomputer.
Same order. Okay. Microscope, microphone, and microcomputer.
That is correct. For 20 points there. That brings the end of the 62nd round. Stay with us, because when we come back, we'll have our Stump the Experts round, where the questions get even tougher on the Texaco Star Academic Challenge. Welcome back to the Texaco Star Academic Challenge. Now that we're in the quarterfinals, you can really see the quality of competition we have here. Let's take a look at the scoreboard. It's a tight race heading into the 4th round. Clear Brook with 250 and Bellaire at 220. So let's head into the Stump the Experts round. These questions are a bit more difficult, but they're worth more points, 15 and 20 points. We'll begin with a 20-point visual, so please take a look at your monitor in the studio of Houston's 2. The artist further developed Perugino's balance of design, his light, pure colors, the poised grace of his figures.
Bellaire, Patrick.
Boccaccio.
And the spaciousness of their landscape settings. Here is one of his early works, The Marriage of the Virgin. Name the Italian Renaissance artist who painted it.
Clear Brook, Chris.
Titian.
You're looking for Raphael for 15 points. What name is given to systems of equations in which common solutions are found for several equations in several unknowns?
Clear Brook, Victor.
Quadratic.
Answer Bellaire.
Bellaire, Edwin.
Closed system.
Simultaneous. Here's a 20-pointer for you. Although Joseph Goebbels most often gets the credit for the phrase, it was actually coined by Hitler in Mein Kampf when he wrote...
Bellaire, Edwin.
Final solution.
I'll finish the question. In Mein Kampf, when he wrote that the broad mass of a nation will more easily fall victim to...
Clear Brook, Victor.
The bigger the lie, the more people will believe it.
That is correct. A big lie is what we are looking for. Here's a 15-point question for you. About what group of people was the Roman poet referring when he wrote, "Foes are they fierce beyond other foes"?
Bellaire, Alice.
The Gaul, people of Gaul.
Clear Brook, Danny.
The, Celts.
Looking for the Vikings. The Vikings. For 20 points. If you are given a cup containing 4 gram moles of water, how many grams of water do you acquire?
Clear Brook, Chris.
4.
Cancer Bellaire.
Bellaire, Patrick.
1/4.
72 grams of water. Here's a 15-pointer for you, and it's music, so listen carefully. What's the first city mentioned in this song?
Breathing is just another word for nothing left to lose. Nothing.
Clear Brook, Chris.
San Francisco.
Cancer Bellaire.
Bellaire, Edwin.
New Orleans.
Close. Baton Rouge. For 20 points, consider this quote. He loved his country as no other man loved her, but no man deserved less at her hands. A chilling but memorable epitaph. For whom were those words written?
Clear Brook, Victor.
Julius Caesar.
Cancer Bellaire.
Bellaire, Danny.
Benedict Arnold.
Actually, it's Philip Nolan, also known as the man without a country. For 20 points. Whose 1945 autobiography, Black Boy, has the...
Bellaire, Patrick.
Richard Wright.
That's correct. Standard text now in American high school. Here's a 15-pointer for you. January 1st is the accepted birthday for every what?
Bellaire, Patrick.
For every person born December 31st.
Cancer
Clear
Bellaire.
Brook, Danny.
New Year's baby.
Actually, racehorses, every racehorse. For 15 points. The phrase, round up the usual suspects, was popularized in which movie?
Clear Brook, Chris.
Casablanca.
Correct. For 20 points. Here's a visual, so please take a look at your monitor in the studio of Houston 2. This is a work of major importance in the breakdown of stereotyped portrayals of blacks in art. The painter is Winslow Homer.
Clear Brook, Chris.
The Gulf Stream.
The Gulf Stream is the title, correct. For 20 points. In classical mythology, this maiden, after she had been abandoned on the Isle of Naxos...
Clear Brook, Danny.
Ariadne.
Correct, Ariadne. She was found and married by Bacchus. For 15 points. The first newspaper published in what is now Oklahoma was printed in what language?
Clear Brook, Chris.
Cherokee.
Cherokee, correct. For 20 points. What philosopher is considered to have had the greatest influence on a single civilization?
Clear Brook, Victor.
Plato.
Bellaire, Alice.
Confucius.
Confucius say. That is correct for 20 points. Here's a 15-pointer for you. In 1969, what politician said those opposed to the Vietnam War were an effete corpse of impudent snobs?
Clear Brook, Chris.
Spiro Agnew.
Correct. Spiro T. Agnew. Here's a 20-point musical question for you, so listen carefully. In 1925, what composer was the first to receive the Guggenheim Grant?
Bellaire, Patrick.
Stravinsky.
Cancer Clear Brook.
Clear Brook, Chris.
Copeland.
Correct, Aaron Copeland. And here's a 20-pointer for you. What word can mean a connoisseur of gems, a cutter of gems, or the art of cutting gems? Lapidary. For 15 points, this city claims the first public library, the first theater.
Clear Brook, Victor.
Philadelphia.
Also the first symphony orchestra, the first city college, and the first museum in the United States. Name this cultural center of the Old South.
Bellaire, Danny.
Oh, Atlanta.
Actually, Charleston. Charleston. For 15 points, what is the main food of beavers?
Clear Brook, Chris.
Tree bark.
That is correct. Here's another 15-pointer for you. Ben-Hur is sent to the galleys after being accused by this villain. Can you name him?
2 minutes left. Bellaire, Patrick.
Ignatius.
Answer Clear Brook.
Clear Brook, Chris.
Spartacus.
Masala. For 15 points, what is the nickname for the composite of the 6 counties in Illinois and the 2 counties in Indiana that are in and around Chicago? Chicagoland. For 20 points, what property of an ellipse is calculated by dividing the distance between foci?
Bellaire, Patrick.
Eccentricity.
Correct, and the length of the major axis. For 15 points, the tandoor from which tandoori chicken is made is which type of cooking device?
Bellaire, Alice.
It's a type of spice, isn't it?
Mr. Clear Brook.
Clear Brook, Chris.
Saw.
It's an oven, a buried clay oven. For 20 points, name the document prepared by the English Parliament that William of Orange signed.
Bellaire, Patrick.
The English Bill of Rights.
Correct. In order to become King of England, that's what he signed. For 15 points, what sport may take place on a site called a half pipe?
Bellaire, Edwin.
Skateboarding.
Correct. Or snowboarding, either one. For 20 points, a tennis ball is released from rest and rolls down an inclined plane. Use your pencils on this one, please. It takes 5 seconds to cover the distance of 125 centimeters. What is its acceleration in centimeters per second squared?
Bellaire, Patrick.
25 centimeters per second squared.
Chance for Clear Brook.
Clear Brook, Chris.
5 centimeters per second squared.
Actually, it's 10 centimeters per second squared is what we are looking for. That marks the end of the game. Judges, is the score correct? Score correct, judges? That score is correct, and that means that Clear Brook will be headed to the semifinals. Congratulations to both teams for a job very well done. Join us again next week on the Texaco Star Academic Challenge. 2 more teams will be competing in our final quarter challenge game. That will be St. John's along with Kingwood. Join us next week and have a great weekend.
This morning at 10:30, join Tiffany G for another juicy slice of Teens on TV. This week, take a behind-the-scenes look at the Sidekicks premiere and learn what you can do to save the Earth. Teens on TV this morning at 10:30 on Houston's 2.